Final Fantasy's fan games. Yeah, there is a lot of them. And with so many fan games being released every day, there are bound to be some that never make the cut. And its original location is one of these fan games. Yeah, remember this game? Yeah, you most likely don't remember this game because its last update has been 3 years ago. What the fuck? Yeah, sadly this game has been cancelled a long time ago. But a thing that a lot of people don't know is the fact that one of the game developers posted the archives, but nobody knows about them. So in today's episode I want to take a look at this original location cancel build and find out what we missed upon. So without anything further ado, let's get started. We can't talk about original location without talking about his predecessor, Five Nights at Tannerland. I'm not pronouncing that, I'm sorry. Five Nights at Tannerland was a small but sweet Final Fantasy fan game made by the same developer. Sadly, this game didn't get really much recognition and nobody really knows about this game. But this game inspired some of the characters from the original location and even the early builds of original location. If you don't know, original location was meant to be actually a sequel to Five Nights at Tannerland. A beta version of this game was given to a YouTuber named Angus WW for playtesting reasons. He making a video about the game that sadly now is unlisted. The video did really well, gathering 28,000 views. But besides this video, the game didn't really get much recognition and nobody really knows about it. But sadly, this original location build was cancelled.
Are you serious right now, bro?
But the developer didn't want to give up on the idea, and this is how the original location we know got born. It started with a few teasers that all of them lead up to a teaser trailer that got really popular. After that, the game developers still worked on the game until fan game at Freddy's. And with this event, they posted a new trailer teasing a new character. After that, not really much happened. They opened a Discord, and yeah, let's not forget about that Discord because there is something in there that we're gonna talk about later. After that, the game developer still posted a few updates and teasers until they decided to release a new trailer. After that, they made a community skin contest where people could post skins and some of them will be added to the game. And after that, the last update was posted. And after that last update was posted, everybody forgot about this game and it was like doesn't exist anymore. But that doesn't mean that the game is completely dead. As I said, a build for the game was posted as an archive from one of the game developers, and because I bet you're really interested in this build, let's just get into it. Okay, let's talk about the build. Entering the game, we are greeted by a title screen and a button for customization. The customization button was the place where you could get the skins for the characters and apply them to the game. Yeah, supposed to change the character, how he looks, jump scares and everything. But sadly for this build, we only get the skins for original. Really sad. I would have been really curious to see the skins for the other characters, but
It is what it is.
Pressing play on the game, we are greeted by a tutorial night that shows us the basics of the game, and then we are allowed to play the campaign or a kind of custom night thing where you can choose a few challenges to change your night. We're gonna talk about this custom night thing later. Let's just get into the campaign. The campaign starts with week 1, that is all about original. This game takes a new approach. Instead of using 5 nights, it uses 5 weeks, and every week introduces a new character. The first week, as I said, based all around original. Now let's talk about original's mechanic. Originals will start from a random camera and make its way to your doors. If he's there, you just close them, not big deal, a really straightforward mechanic, but it has a twist. Sometimes when he's at his last camera, he can teleport on the other side, making a elevator sound. But he can also make a fake elevator sound, like Nightmare Fredbear in Final Fantasy Freddy's 4. And yeah, that's all we have for week 1. Let's go to week 2. Week 2 introduces our new character, Black Bunny. Black Bunny has a really simple mechanic that is kinda similar to Freddy's Fazbear's mechanic from Final Fantasy Freddy's 1. He stays in this new vent camera and he sometimes moves closer to the vent. If he exits the vent, you're dead. You can look at him to slow him down, but you can also use this eye tool thingy, I don't know what the hell this is, to reset his progress. Now, to be honest, I don't really like this mechanic. Like, what's the point of looking at his camera if you can just reset him with this eye tool thingy? But yeah, it's just a cancel build, so I'm not judging. Next is week 3. And this week actually introduces one of my favorite characters from this build, the Main Man. I think I butchered that. But at the same time, I kind of butchered this whole video, so yeah. The Maymed is the Foxy equivalent of this game. He has two main mechanics. The first mechanic, when he appears outside your door and screams. If he does that, you need to fastly close the doors or else you'll get killed really fast. The other mechanic is more interesting. You hear a running sound cue and you see a small icon appearing at a side of your monitor. If you see this, you need to close the door where the sound and icon appears. And yeah, that's all we have for week 3. We only have week 4 that introduces the Moss, but the Moss as a character is kind of unfinished because she doesn't really appear in the game. You get like a task on your upright. Her design doesn't really appear in the game at all, so I don't really understand why she got skins, but I think it's just because like her mechanic was scrapped and the game was cancelled. So yeah, that's all we have for the campaign. That was supposed to be a week 5, but sadly it was completely scrapped, and all we know about this week is this Shadow original character and what his mechanic could have been. In the game we have this, how do I say it? Gun that we actually never use. We can't use it on original, we can't use it on the main map, and any other character doesn't appear at the door. So I think this Shadow character will be like a ghost that you need to shot, but we will never know because again the game was scrapped. Luckily for us, the game also has a custom night-like challenge game mode, where instead of changing the characters, you change the mechanic around the characters, and I think that's really interesting. I kinda feel that the original custom night idea is interesting, but kinda gets boring and stale after a time. So having something different like changing stuff in the game instead of changing the animatronics, yeah, it's really interesting. And yeah, that's all we sadly have for this game. Really sad it got cancelled. It looks really promising and really interesting, but again, it is what it is. But that doesn't mean this is the end of original location. Do you guys remember that Discord server I mentioned earlier? Well, I decided to join the server, and the first thing I saw after verifying was Original Location 2.0 is a mascot horror game based around a thief entering a old building to steal stuff but getting locked inside. Sadly for us, this is just a pre-alpha, so there isn't really much content. But that doesn't mean there isn't any content at all. This game is actually really fun, and has a really interesting mechanics that I would love to see in a full game. So the game is based around you, as I said, a thief entering a old building, and you need to find 4 buttons to press for the exits to open. The main mechanics of the game are as follows. The first mechanic is kicking. You can kick stuff. We mostly use this for kicking buttons or some wood plates that are blocking entrances. The other mechanic is gold. Around the map you can find these gold bars that if you take, completely regenerate your stamina bar. And trust me, for some of these characters you really need stamina. And that's kind of all that the player has. Let's talk about the enemies. In this beta you have 3 enemies. Original, now promoting steroids and looking like Sans from Undertale, he roams around the building. He's quite fast and without a full stamina bar you can't outrun him. The other character is Queen Ant, I think her name is, I might be wrong. She's slower than Original, but she does more damage. I forgot to mention the fact that this game has a health system. Whenever you are catched by one of these characters, you get hit. Original does, I think, 25 damage, and Queen Ant does 15 damage. She also has these little children minion stuff around the map. If you step on them, they start to chase you, and after time they explode, dealing 25 damage per explosion. Thank you all for watching, if you watched. This is my first video, and as you may have seen, I'm not really the best at speaking, editing and stuff like this. I want to make my channel a lot better in the future, but this for the first video I think it was okay, to say the least. So yeah, I will really recommend playing the original location, the pre-alpha and the cancel build, because the games are amazing and I had a lot of fun playing these games, and I don't understand why nobody talks about them anymore. Again, see you next time. Thank you again for watching if you did. You know, I will try to fix my accent and stuff like this for the next video. But yeah, thank you for all of you for watching, and see you next time.
Bye bye.